Hi guys.
Surprise, bitch. I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me.
I would say finally, but the thing is I've filmed so many different times and tried to start some sort of video so many times and filmed half a day and filmed half a vlog and filmed blah 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 that went nowhere. And I don't even know if this one's gonna go anywhere, but if you're watching this, we made it. I obviously have not posted in a long time, so I'll say I'm finally filming, I'm finally posting, hopefully, this video because I've been gone for a bit and it was not necessarily planned and not necessarily expected or what I intended or wanted. I don't know. I think I did want but didn't realize I needed, and I just kind of accidentally took like a month and a half off of YouTube. A month? I don't know. The last thing I uploaded was my Thanksgiving vlog, and even then, like, it had been a minute since I had uploaded before that. Like, I had not been uploading consistently for a while. See, I'm like not used to speaking on camera anymore. I don't know what I'm doing and I sound like a blubbering idiot, but here we are trying this again because it is 2022, it's a new year. It's not even like, I feel like at this point, I kept saying like, okay, maybe I'll do like a weekly Vlogmas video instead of vlogging every day because I knew I wasn't gonna do that. And then I filmed a few things and then it turned into okay, maybe I'll post one Vlogmas video while I'm home for Christmas. And then I didn't do that. And then I was like, okay, I'll just post one Vlogmas of all the footage I've gotten sporadically throughout this month for the week between Christmas and New Year's and just call it like the only Vlogmas video and be done with that and then move on and start fresh and then do like 2022 videos and goal setting and all that stuff because I really did want to get back into it. But I don't know what it is. Something has stopped me every single time and I just can't do it. Like I literally have tried so many times to upload and it's felt so forced and I just haven't been ready. And I don't know what is the problem. But I think I genuinely like needed to take, and I don't know, I've just been feeling like all over the place with social media the last few months essentially. And since I've started going to therapy and like really evaluating my goals and myself and where I'm at and what I want and what makes me happy and what I find fulfilling and all of these big questions that I'm not even sure like the right place to put in this video because I haven't even like gotten to the intro of what I'm trying to say. But finally I was just like, you know what, I don't need to wait until it's going to be a perfect video or it's going to be completely, you know, very coherent or perfect. I just kept waiting for like the strike of motivation, genius, like perfect idea that would bring together this video because the longer I'd been gone, the more pressure I felt to make like my first video back this like perfect explanatory, oh everything makes sense, blah 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 thing, and it's just not going to be. Like it's just gonna be me blabbing like this and I'm gonna try and get somewhere, but I don't know that I will. So, and that's the thing too, because I hadn't been uploading and I was so content and happy living my life in the last month and not filming anything and not posting it and not like putting it on the internet. And not that I even put I mean, I really didn't put everything on the internet before either, but it was just like, something about it was very freeing to me to just not be filming anything. It was great. And I think I kept waiting for the whole, okay, I've had this break, it's been nice, but now I miss making videos. And I really just never hit that point where I was like, okay, I wake up today, fresh start, I'm excited to film, get back into it, and get back to regularly documenting all these things and uploading them and everything. I'm still figuring out what I want, how I want social media as a whole, but YouTube to fit into my life. And I'm just not sure that I'm going to have this light bulb moment, but I still want to be like sharing things with you guys. And I really did get so many messages and like comments and DMs from people asking like, hey, when are you coming back? Like, I really miss your vlogs and I miss your videos. Like, why did you leave YouTube? Blah, 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 etc. Like, valid questions. But I honestly, you guys, did not anticipate a single one of those. Like, I don't know. I got to a point where I just didn't think that anyone cared. Like, I didn't think that, you know, people were excited about my videos, or that people were that invested in them, or that people would miss if I wasn't uploading, which sounds like me fishing for compliments, but it genuinely isn't. Like, I legitimately did not. I just thought that no one would notice and that no one cared anymore, and that I don't know. But I really did appreciate, and like, so many people checking in on me, like thinking something was wrong, or like, oh my god, I hope you're okay, I noticed you haven't been uploading, miss your videos, like very, very kind things. And it really does mean a lot to me that you guys like really care, and people who are checking in and even just expressing that they miss them, or angrily saying like, why haven't you been uploading, blah, blah, blah. It shows that you care. It really does mean a lot, and I didn't expect it. So, I'm just ranting right now. Like, I don't even know what to say, and I feel like I'm at this point where if I wait for it to be coherent and be perfect, I'm just never gonna upload again. So I might just make this the rambly, raw, honest, what's going on, how I'm feeling, what I've been up to, life, not even much of a life update, because I guess the bottom line is, I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. I still don't know exactly what kind of videos I want to post and what's going to be the best for me in my life and how I see it fitting in and all of this. I guess I just want it to come back better. And at this point, if I keep waiting for it to be perfect, I'm not going to post. That's the bottom line. So like what I just said, it's genuinely just been a natural progression of this hasn't been serving me the best way, and I don't think I'm serving it the best way. I was in the last couple months, like leading up to when I disappeared and stuff. And so I'm still figuring out how that's gonna be, but I still want to post, and I miss talking to you all, and there's things that I like wanted to document. Like, I do love Christmas in New York, and I did film some things that I did. So I think I'm still gonna upload that, even though I know that YouTube moves so fast and now people are already probably doing like prepping for Valentine's Day videos. I don't know. But I'm already behind because I don't think anyone's gonna watch Christmas content anymore, but I still wanna post it because it is really nostalgic for me. And this is the first year that I haven't posted a single Christmas related video or like holiday vlogmas. I mean, it's just so crazy to me. I don't even know what noise I just made. It's just so crazy to me that I used to upload an entire video every single day of Vlogmas. Like, people who do that, truly props. And maybe it's because like I'm working and everything now, and there's just a lot of other things pulling me in different directions that I think my priorities have just shifted, and coming to terms with that and like figuring out where to go from here has been difficult for me. I'm just gonna document this figuring it out journey. And I do want to be vlogging throughout January. I love New Year's. I love hitting the ground with new goals, reassessing, you know, where you're at in life and what do you want to accomplish and where you want to go from here. And I definitely want to like take you guys with me on that and like changes in my life. And I feel like I've grown so much as a person, with myself, with my personal goals and values, and just like becoming a better version of me in the last few months. Especially through therapy. If you listen to the podcast, I've still been posting with Sierra on the podcast like weekly. We just missed 1 week for Christmas, but yeah, fingers crossed pod, link down below. I've been present on there, and I've been present on Instagram. I've been posting stories. Like, if you've been wondering what I've been up to, check it out there. And you can always keep up with me on those because I am posting on other platforms. But it's just something about YouTube. I've just had this block. And finally, I just gave up on trying to push past the block, and we're just going to build around it and see where we can get. So yeah, I don't even think that was a good explanation. And now I'm second guessing if I'm even gonna post this, but I need to post something. Like, I just need to at least tell people that I'm alive. That's why I've been getting some questions. What I was saying about the podcast is we did a New Year's, like, reflecting on 2021, talking about 2022 goals, where we wanna go from here, podcast episode. And in that episode, if you listened, we touched on I touched on how I hadn't been posting on social media, but it was for good reasons and not bad reasons. It's for good things that have come into my life and good, you know, work I've made on myself, that just because it's just so much is still changing and up in the air and I'm figuring so many things out. I just feel like it's not, I don't know how I want to approach that on YouTube, because I have really worked on something that I think will be a good thing, but it's different with the internet, is being a more vulnerable and open person, and I definitely have not been that on YouTube in the past, and I'm making so much progress, and like I've learned so much too that I do want to share with you all, especially if you have the same struggles where you've had a hard time opening up to people and being vulnerable with people in your life and anything like that. And like I'd love to share that journey too, but I think it's just been a like me working on that internally and not wanting to document it for the time being kind of thing. And I don't know, you guys, like new people in my life, like new journeys, exciting things that I'm figuring it out, and this makes it sound like it's such a big deal when it's really not. It's not like this life-changing revelation, but for me it feels like that. Basically, I think a lot of people assumed that something was wrong because I wasn't posting and that maybe something bad had happened or I wasn't doing well, but it's really the opposite of that. I honestly feel like that Taylor Swift song, and this is probably where I'm gonna get a lot of people clicking out of the cringe, but the Taylor Swift song that people have been making TikToks about, where it's like, oh, all the liars are calling me one, nobody's heard from me for months. I'm doing better than I ever was. Nobody's heard from me for months on YouTube, but I really am doing better than I ever was, and I'm so, so grateful for my life and the people in it, and like people that I've been spending more time with that I don't want to vlog and things like that, where it's just, it hasn't been right, but I want to find the right balance of bringing it back in to my life in a healthy and sustainable way where I can be open and share things with you guys that I normally wouldn't, and like find a balance of bringing YouTube into that kind of like vulnerability journey without, I don't know, and just sharing the like fun New York lifestyle kind of things. I guess I can do a few like practical updates. I'm getting ready right now. It is actually the first snowfall in New York today. It's so pretty outside. I guess I'll turn you around and show you, but it's probably just gonna reflect the light in the camera, or in the glass. But snow on the Brooklyn rooftops, which I am also vlogging this week, so I'll probably put that up after this, so you'll see that in that vlog. But I have been living it up, loving the snow, and I'm getting ready right now. It's Friday and I have a date night, and we're going to this brewery that's in my neighborhood that I've never been to. Well, it's kind of in my neighborhood. I'm kind of between two neighborhoods. I'm between Fort Greene and downtown, and this brewery is in downtown. And a friend told me about this like months ago. He also lives in Fort Greene, and I've been meaning to check it out, and then finally I was like, yo, let's go. So we are going to this brewery tonight. Anyway, that's just an update of what I'm doing. So I'm getting ready for a date. It is sundown, pretty much. I bet the sun is setting literally right this second. And it's freezing outside, so I don't know what I'm gonna wear yet. But anyway, other practical updates. Work, still going great. I've been loving, I mean, it's been a little bit hectic with like planning around COVID things. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. I haven't been going into the office really because COVID surge, and I am just working from home, but just kind of like chugging along. It's been pretty chill with the holidays. A lot of people are still, because it's the first week of January, or the first week of January is just ending now. But so next week it'll probably pick up even more, because even this past week, like still a lot of people were off for holiday, especially in Europe. So next week I think it'll be a little crazier, but it's been pretty chill, like getting back into the swing of things. I was still kind of working when I was home for Christmas. I did go home for Christmas, and I did not really, actually no, that's a lie. I did vlog. I vlogged some things there. There's like a fuzz flying through the air. And I do still want to upload that, is the thing. So I don't know if anyone's even gonna care or watch it. I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna post this unedited, get ready with me, how I'm feeling video kind of thing. Also, it's hard to get ready with me because I haven't explained shit, but I just did messy bronzer and foundation and the same makeup I've been doing since 2016. And I am gonna do blush now. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so basically what happened throughout December. In early December, I had a few friends from home in town. That was really fun. I hadn't seen them legit since high school and earlier, some of them. My phone is across the room, so we're just gonna ignore that. But, so I got to show them around New York. I mean, they were here like independent of me, but I hung out with them a few times while they were here. So that was really fun, and that's when I did a lot of like super like touristy Christmas stuff because that was right at the beginning of December. So we did things like the Rockefeller tree, and we went to the Rockettes Christmas show and all that stuff. So I think I got a few clips of those and those kind of things. Like I should just go back through the footage, feel it out, see how I can piece it together, and maybe I'll like narrate through a Vlogmas video and just put all of my random footage from December together. So I had that, and then December was just a really fun month. Like honestly, one of the best months I've had in a really long time. And I don't know, I'm just really happy and I'm looking forward to, so I do want to share some of the things that I did document. And then I went to Palm Springs for a friend's birthday, which was really fun. It was definitely different. Like I haven't been to Palm Springs or California with any of my New York friends, so it was just so funny to like go with them and like go to In-N-Out, like things that I had done with my college friends, but like in a different setting. You know what I mean? You know, when you, it's kind of like when you have, honestly, it was like having my childhood friends in New York. Like it just, what are you doing here? You know, but in the best way. So it was so much fun. We all like just stayed at a little Airbnb and hung out and just had a really nice chill desert getaway for a few days. And then from there, and I was testing like on any sort of trip I took a test and I was negative the whole time. And then from there I flew to Oregon for Christmas. So I was home for a little over a week, and again, I did vlog some there, so that'll be in that Vlogmas video that I eventually hope to upload. And you guys will see like my parents and the whole cozy family Christmas vibes and all of that. And it was so snowy the whole time. Basically the first few days it was dry, and then it started snowing Christmas Eve, and we had a white Christmas, and it was so much snow for like the whole next week that I was there. It was insane, but so fun. We built a snowman, and we tried to go to this waterfall. I think I vlogged that, so I'm not gonna spoil it. You'll have to see. Anyway, now I'm doing highlighter. Okay, my phone needs to stop. My skin has been so dry with these colder temps now that it's like snowing in New York. But I ordered a I don't think it's by Vaseline. I think it's by Eucerin or something. But I ordered some sort of healing ointment that I'm gonna try and put on my face at night, and hopefully it will help with the dryness. I'll let you know. Anyway, that was just a random tangent. Now I'm suddenly word vomiting because there's so much that I want to tell you guys. That it's like coming out sideways, and I'm probably gonna forget half the things that I actually wanted to talk about. But regardless, we're just doing a whole catch-up session. Like I would love to do a drive with me kind of video like this, but I don't have a car here because New York, so I'm just doing get ready with me instead. Okay, also I've tried upgrading my eyebrow routine since we've last talked, the big updates in life. I am doing a gel first. This is the e.l.f. Clear Brow and Lash Mascara, so I'm using the brow side. And what I do is I just brush them up. And this is like something that the kids have been doing for a very long time. So I brush them up, and then I fill them in after it's dry, because then I can see, like, get the shape first and then see where they need extra help and color, because my brows are really not consistent. Like, they're so sparse and also random gaps and stuff. Actually, this one's grown in pretty well. I've been trying to work on my brows ever since I started seeing that brow lady that I haven't been to in a while, so I should probably see her because they're kind of getting a little bushy through here, which is a good thing, but you know. How do you banks to your river? Okay, now that I have been talking and like just getting that initial first intro, whatever the hell has been going on, out of my system. I miss you guys. Like, I really have missed filming and it feels so good. I honestly think that part of it was just, you know, when you haven't done something in so long and the thought of doing it just builds up so much in your head and you make it out to be this really difficult thing, and then you do it and you're like, okay, that was a lot easier than I thought. I feel like that's what my first video back is going to be, because there's so much now accidental like pressure, I guess, just because it's been so long. But again, this is definitely not the perfect explanatory video that I had in mind. But hopefully I'll be able to share more with you guys in like actual life updates as things are happening more in the near future. Okay, back to logistics, what you missed on Glee. Practical things. So I went home, spent Christmas with my family, we enjoyed the snow. It was so pure, such a nice time, so relaxing. I was working kind of, but it was pretty chill because a lot of people took time off and I didn't. But I mean, I had time off like around the holidays and stuff, but there was some days where I was working. And then, first of all, I had so many chaotic flying experiences. I kind of detailed them in the podcast episode, well, kind of, so you can go listen to that if you really care. But if you like travel drama, it's more fun to watch in the moment, but also it seems more dramatic when you're the person there and then you miss a flight and you have to figure it out. But watching that back, it's kind of like, okay, who cares? Like, you made it. So moral of the story, I did make it back to New York, but we weren't sure for a minute there I was going to, because I mean, I'm sure all of you are aware of how many flights have been canceled because of COVID, but also a really big, with all that snow, was just kind of like a winter weather situation in the Northwest, specifically Seattle, which they're not super prepared for. And so to fly out of Bend into New York, so many of the flights, like essentially most of the flights, go through Seattle from Bend. So I had to go through Seattle. There was like a couple other options, but they were very, very agonizing trips, like over 25 hours of travel kind of thing, and like 3 stops and crazy stuff like that. So my flight got canceled. I was supposed to fly on the 30th. And it got canceled, and then I was like, okay, it's supposed to snow again the next day, or it's supposed to snow on the Thursday, the 30th, I think. And then it looked like it wouldn't even melt or be better until January 1st. And that's when I moved my flight to. And then like things weren't filling up, and then it was expensive to like change the flights and everything. So again, it's not that good of a story listening back to it, but it's chaotic in the moment. Basically, I last minute got able to come on New Year's. And I flew on New Year's Eve, got back finally. My flights were like a tiny bit delayed, but really not bad at all. Like, it could have been much worse because they were also delaying like hours and hours. So I pretty much lucked out with that, honestly, because it was still snowy and kind of icy when I flew, and I made it. So I got back to New York on the 31st and had New Year's here, and it was super fun. We went to the Dumbo waterfront thinking that there would be fireworks, and there just weren't. We went all the way there, and there was just people there with like 2022 glasses standing by the water like cheering, and there was like nothing going on. But it was fun to be there. Back to, I keep wanting to bring this part up and I keep getting sidetracked, but basically I know that a lot of people are probably wondering about my apartment situation, and I have been negotiating, and I have been trying to be firm and get somewhere with my building that's agreeable, and we have agreed that I am going to renew my lease. So I am staying in this apartment for another year, and I'm so relieved to finally know that. I mean, literally at the end of the month would be my lease being up, so I'd probably be looking for apartments and starting that whole thing all over again right now, because truly I cannot believe it's been a year since I first moved here, but also I can because so much has happened and so much is different. Anyway, back to my eyebrows. Okay, so now I brush them up a little bit, but even when I brush them up, like, I feel like there's just not much eyebrows. You can't even tell that they're brushed up. Like, there's nothing there to show. But anyway, really at the end of the day, didn't want to move, and it took a lot of me like talking with different people and talking in circles. Like, I was just finding excuse after excuse to not move, and I think it essentially was just like, I want to make this work. So we did our best. We did negotiate a bit. I did have to concede some, and obviously it's not a perfect situation, but even if I moved to a new apartment, it definitely would have its own issues and wouldn't be a perfect situation either. But I am very excited to be staying and not have to move. And honestly, like, there's still things that I haven't even finished in this apartment. Like, I still need to get this shelf hung up, which I do think will happen very soon, and just hang a couple other things and get more like homey things in here. And now that I'm here for another year, like, I think I can actually settle into it a little bit. It only took a year for me to get halfway there, so I absolutely did not realize that it was like almost 5 o'clock and he's coming over in an hour, so I need to hurry up this process. But where was I? Oh yeah, I filled in one eyebrow, and the other one, I feel like this one doesn't ever look as good for some reason, and I do need to get them done. I shouldn't be directing your attention towards this close up, but anyway, finishing this off, I do need to figure out what I'm wearing too. Okay, gotta kick it into high gear, but I still want to finish chatting with you guys now that we've started catching up. Like, I'm not done yet. Okay, so excited to stay in my apartment, excited to make it more cozy and homey, and actually make that happen like in the next month or so. Like, I do want that journey to be my January as well, so we're gonna do that. And I need to send my suitcase in to get fixed. Like, big changes for the new year. Healing, working on myself. That sounds weird out loud, but like, I really have been, and like working with my therapist, and I just needed to do that offline, I think. And it's obviously an ongoing process, and everyone is constantly becoming and all of that, but I don't think that's that great of an explanation, but it is for me, and that's all that matters. So now we're here, and I do miss vlogging, and I am going to figure out throughout this month like how I want to work that back into life and take you guys on the journey and all of that. And like, really I do want to be more like open and vulnerable about my life, and like how to do that and draw boundaries in a healthy way instead of an overprotective way, because I think in the past I've been very hyper conscious about like keeping so many things private, but also like to the point where things are secret when it doesn't need to be. And there are certain things that like I want to bring you guys in on, but also set healthy boundaries about like what I'm sharing on the internet about it, you know, or about them, or about whatever it is. Like, I don't know, I think I'm learning to walk that line a little bit, and that's what I want to kind of explore in this next chapter of my YouTube, and still like have relatable, entertaining videos that bring you in a little bit, but not oversharing publicly for the internet, you know? Not that I'll ever probably be at risk of oversharing, because I'm such a private person, but I'm just working on it and working on things where it's okay to share some things and whatever. Again, we'll get there, and this isn't the video where I'm like delving into that, so it might be poop. It might be pretty abstract at the moment, and it is. But again, I don't want to be gone for another like 3 months, so we're just gonna roll with the punches. There was going to potentially be some travel for work coming up that I think might have to get either postponed or just not happen, which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is, and that is the world right now, and that's okay. So that's kind of an update. We're figuring that out. So work is kind of like, we're still trying to adapt, and you know, things are still up in the air for some, you know, events that are happening and blah blah blah. So we've been kind of dealing with that. An update that was really exciting, but now I'm not sure when we'll be actually able to take advantage of it, is that they're finally re-allowing civil society members, which is what I do. I'm part of civil society, is working for a non-governmental organization. They were finally going to open up the doors of the UN once again to civil society, like processing civil society passes, so we could go onto the grounds and like attend meetings and go to things in person. So that was going to be really exciting, but now with the rising cases, I don't think that that's probably going to happen just yet. I think that I don't know. I don't know why I'm talking about this, because 99% of you probably don't care, but it's something that like I was really looking forward to, so I'm really hoping that maybe in a couple months we're able to do that, because I would love to be able to go to meetings in person and like at the UN and have that part of my job be actually how it's supposed to be and everything, but yet we wait. Anyway, hope you're all healthy, safe, taking care of yourselves out there. I know winter can be such a dreary time, especially now that we're kind of in that, you know, staying home more again, having to be more cautious again stage of winter. I was going to say like that would have been really fun to incorporate into my content in like to an extent that I could, you know, film going into meetings at the UN or whatever, and that whole thing, and just like that journey of getting back into that, but that's okay. It'll just be later. But I am looking forward to like finding my rhythm with YouTube. Thank you so much for being patient with me. If you're watching this, like, and you've watched this much of this video that's been such a mess, like, you don't even know how much I appreciate you. And I really have felt the love in my absence from you all, and from the surprising number of people that were inquiring like where I went and everything. But yeah, just know things are good. Things are better than ever, and I'm excited to reflect that in YouTube in due time and kind of like bring you guys along the journey more as I'm figuring it all out. But yeah, I know that that was vague, and I know that it probably didn't give you answers, but I hope that hopefully that gave you some better understanding, or like, I don't know. I really just wanted to chat and catch up, and I almost came back with just like the, you know, the one Vlogmas video of everything put together, but that just didn't feel right, because I feel like I owe you some sort of at least chat acknowledging this time that I've been not posting, and kind of like giving some sort of context. Thanks for watching. Love you all. I feel like I'm a broken record now, but now I don't want to hang up the phone. Now I'm like, you hang up first. My camera's flashing at me, so like I need to go. And I didn't even give you the full look. Maybe I'll charge my camera battery while I finish getting ready, and then show you guys my final look for this brewery tonight. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna wear because it's freezing and we're walking there, but we will figure it out. Anyway, in the meantime, follow me on Instagram. Listen to the podcast. You'll hear weekly life updates of the past month that you've missed on there, and kind of catch up with what's been going on. I didn't even talk about my 2022 goals, but basically I've gone back and forth, and I think my word of the year is evolve. And I just really like that, and I think it suits where I'm at, and what I want for myself is just to continuously challenge the narratives I have about myself and evolve into the person I'm supposed to be, and embrace like the new things in my life, and just continuously evolve. Like, I think that that's really where I want to go. My last word of the year for 2021 was alignment, and I really think that it served me. If you listen to the podcast, I talk more about that, but I don't know. I feel like I almost went with the word dare, like dare to, you know, try new things, but I do think evolve fits better than that. And I think that you could be daring in evolution. You know what I mean? Like, I think dare goes into evolve, but evolve doesn't necessarily go into dare. So I think my word is evolve. But let me know what your 2022 word of the year is. I think I'll break down more specific goals and things in upcoming videos. I think that would be fun and hopefully useful for you guys. I know people always look forward to those kind of videos, and I haven't even gotten a planner for 2022, and I haven't written anything super concrete, but I have a lot of ideas swirling in my head that need to be translated to concrete actions. So look forward to that. Yeah, it feels like just a relief to get some of these feelings off my chest that I haven't known how to say. 2022, we're evolving, we're getting better, and we are integrating social media into our lives that's healthy and mutually beneficial, I would say. I think that's where I want to go, and I'm still figuring out how to do that. And yeah, that's where I'm at. So this has been a long enough outro that I have dragged on. I'm gonna finish curling my eyelashes, TBT to 2012 with this eyelash curler. Whenever I use it on camera, people are like, that looks like a torture device. Like, half the people are like, oh my god, how could you put that thing on your eyes? That looks terrifying. And then half the people are like, wow, remember the beauty guru days. Anyway, also yesterday, Lexi, if you know Lexi Lombard on YouTube, she sent me a voice memo, and she was like, Kristee, I know I sent you this every single year and I always forget, but I need you to remind me what your 2 pendulums of different kinds of years are that you talked about on YouTube years ago. So if you guys remember that, I think this is like a few years back when I was still super heavy into fitness content, but I had kind of pinpointed that I've noticed a pattern of like how my years go with either, these are the words that Lexi was thinking of, growth or refinement. Like, you can have a year, and again, like, it's not actually a dichotomy and they're very interconnected, but I would notice that I would have certain years that would be all about growth, where I was doing new things, meeting new people, expanding, like challenging myself, and just like really trying a bunch of new stuff. And then I have some years of refinement where I was figuring out, like kind of narrowing down, whittling down out of that growth, like what suits me, what fits my values, like who I am as a person and where I want to go kind of thing, and like more refining my life and what's in it. And then it would swing back to another year of growth. And again, there's both of these things in every single year. But I don't know, looking back, I'm not even sure what I would consider the last year, because there was so much growth. I actually think it was probably a year of growth, because coming off of 2020, that was definitely refinement, because we all had to kind of like sit down and bare bones, like what do we want? What are we doing? When a lot of stuff that keeps you busy falls away. So I definitely think it swung back in 2021 when people were out more and meeting more people. I was doing more things, challenging myself. I think was definitely a year of growth. And I think that 2022 will be a year of refinement. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think Lexi bringing that up was a good point, because I think I'm still in that growth stage though. Like I'm still figuring things out and like wanting to better myself, but also I think that this year will really kind of like, I'll be able to whittle down those things more and refine who I am and where I'm going and all that. See, again, it sounds so dramatic. No one knows anything. Life is a mess. Happy 2022. Ready to crush it in this new year. And I've missed you guys. So, okay, that's all. Gonna shut up now. Gonna finish my makeup, and then I'll show you one final clip of my final look, and then we'll call it a day. Okay, I was gonna wear this bodysuit. Oh yeah, it's even more prominent in this lighting. This bodysuit is so cute. It's like this lined one, but it's freshly washed. Like this is not dirty, but I think this is like a stain, so I definitely need to work on getting this out, because I distinctly remember this because I was wearing it when I was in the Netherlands for work, and I was out to dinner with coworkers, and I got back and we were changing to go out, and I remember looking at it and I was like to my coworker, I was like, oh my god, why didn't you tell me I had this stain on my thing? But she thought it was water, and it was not. So I washed it, it's still stained, so I'm gonna have to pick something else. I don't know why I'm filming this, but okay, take two. Goddamn stain. If anyone knows, it must be like a grease stain, but let me know how I should get this out. Okay, bye. Okay, I think this is what we've decided on. Instead of the bodysuit, I mean, this is a very similar vibe. It's just like a less structured top. It's a crop top, and it's tying on the side, on both sides. So I can't tuck it in like a bodysuit, but oh well. And these leather pants from Gap or Old Navy. They might be Old Navy. And it's a similar vibe. So it's kind of, the pants are a little fancy for a brewery, but whatever. And they're warm. And I'm gonna put on this necklace from Princess Polly and wear black boots that are good, because we're gonna be walking through some snowy streets, and I'm gonna wear like a heavy coat. But yeah. Or maybe I should wear a shorter necklace that doesn't overlap on the top. Well, I kind of like that it hits the top. Okay, whatever. I got a little like root pump thing, trying to work on my volume. It's another very minuscule goal for 2022. I'm just chilling now. I'm actually done with time to spare. It's 5:45. Look at us go. I will talk to you guys in my next video that will be uploaded at some point eventually, hopefully. And that's the end. So thanks for watching. Happy New Year. Excited for all to come, and for you guys to be on the journey with me. Okay, good night.